Hello, my viewers. I welcome you specially to today's philosophy class. In today's class, we are going to pick up from where we stopped in our last class on branches of philosophy. In that last class, we mentioned metaphysics, ethics, logic, aesthetics, and epistemology as the five major branches of philosophy. We said that there are so many branches of philosophy, but we were talking about these five as major. And today we are going to look at one of them, and that is going to be ethics. Ethics, as you have said, is a coinage from a Greek word, ethos. Ethos in Greek means customs. So ethics therefore means customary way of doing things. It spells out the do's and don'ts of a people in a society. Ethics tells us what we should do and what we shouldn't do. It evaluates our actions to see if it is morally praiseworthy or blameworthy, if it is right or wrong. So there are principles in our societies that have been set either by the community, by the government, by us personally. We do talk about my personal ethics. There is difference between ethics and morality, but they always come together. It's difficult to separate them completely. When you are talking of ethics, in a way, you are referring to morality. But morality has to do with the rightness and wrongness of an action. There is no moral act that cannot be appraised to be right or wrong. But in ethics, while it also appraises some acts to be right or wrong, there are some acts of ethics that are not punishable by law, by any set down rule. But in morality, every right action worth appreciation and every wrong one worth condemnation. Ethics, if I have ethics of physical fitness, maybe every morning by 5 a.m. I walk around my compound or the street for fitness. It's my ethics of physical fitness. But no one can now condemn me for doing that or not doing that. No court of law can judge me for not walking around my street or the fitness, taking my personal physical fitness. No, it's my personal ethics. I may have the ethics of not talking too much while with people. No law will say because you are not talking too much, you must be condemned. So those are personal ethics. So ethics has to do with the way we do things in our society, wherever we find ourselves, the way we relate with people, the way we communicate with people, the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we reason, the way we behave. All these can be discussed under ethics. So ethics tells us the do's and don'ts of our actions. And in ethics, what is important, what ethicist is after is not what is, this is how it is. But ethicists want to know is that what ought to be. The oughtness of an action is the concern of the ethicist. Is that how it should be done? When you are saying, that is how we used to do. Yes, that is how you used to do. But is that how it ought to be done? So ethics prepares you to the oughtness of your action. So it wants you to do that which is expected of you. Ethics wants you to do it in a way you ought to have done it, not doing it because you feel like doing that way. We are going to further our discussion from this book that was written by me in 2020, Ethics, Judging Morality Beyond the Limits of Man. In this book, which is very important for you to have a copy, we have carefully discussed what ethics is, the different branches, types, and different theories of ethics. We have also tried to find out who should be or what should be the one to set the standard of morality. You know, in ethics, we always have moral conflicts. Who is the person or who are the people that should be saddled or have been saddled with the responsibility of setting moral standard, ethical standard? Is it the community? Is it your family? Is it yourself? Is it the government? Or should we appeal to a force beyond us? Should we appeal to God? These are the issues we have discussed in this book. It is important we get to know some of these things. Who set the standard of morality? And where is the source of a sense of rightness and wrongness of an action? Is the moral concept, ethical concept, universal or subjective? Is it true that what is right in situation A, in country A, is also right in country B or situation B? Is morality or ethics a universal standard that everybody must adhere to? Is ethical act or is the badness of an act inherent in the act? Is it intrinsic or extrinsic? Is it inherent in the act or outside the act? Is it something that will make stealing to be bad, or stealing itself by the name stealing is always bad? On this, we have two contending theories: the deontology and the teleology. Deontology is duty ethics. Deon means duty, from the Greek word. Deontology says that what is bad, and what is good, irrespective of the situation. That means what is right in Nigeria should also be right in America. What is wrong in Italy should be wrong in India. So, deontologists believe in the universality of morality or ethics, while teleologists, who sees morality or ethics as a matter of what the end such action will bring. In other words, an act is not bad in itself, but the intention the consequence of that action will make it good or bad. So if you steal to save life, you steal from a rich man to pay a bill of a sick person poor person in the hospital, the theologists will tell you that you are right, that within that context, it is justified. While the deontologists will tell you, for the fact that it is stealing, it is wrong. So these are the two contending theories which many other theories came under. Immanuel Kant is a key advocate of deontologism. He says that duty must be done for its own sake, not for any utility, inclination, sentiment, or interest. While Joseph Fletcher, in his situational ethics, is saying that it is the situation we find ourselves that decide what is morally right or wrong. But that for that situation to decide, the act must be done for the sake of love. Today we are going to end here. We still have so much to talk about ethics and its theories. But since we don't have enough time in this class today, we'll continue with our lecture next time when we meet again. But for now, the primary thing you should know is that ethics tells us what we should do and what we shouldn't do in a given situation. And that ethics tries to change the east to the earth, tries to make sure we don't just act because that is how people have been acting, but we should act because that is the right way to act. So anytime you see yourself acting, you see yourself doing something, ask yourself, is it the right way to act? But as that Immanuel Kant will say, that in acting, you should always make your action to become a universal law. In other words, when you are acting, when you are doing something, do it as if you are setting a standard for people to follow. Do it as if you are setting a standard for people to follow. And if you know that it is not a standard that people like to follow, then know that it is wrong. And when you begin to see yourself hiding to do something, then you know that there is a problem. If you know that your action is right, don't hide. Do it openly, let us see. So it is in all this that you understand what ethics is. Thank you. I will be with you again some other time. When I come your way next time, we'll be looking at who set the standard of morality, which is part of the discussion in this book. Until then, have a very wonderful day.